Hey there folks, it's wintertime. It's going to be a tegu video. Thanks for tuning in. If you're interested in tegus, then continue watching. And look, I've got about over 200, maybe 250 plus videos on my tegus that I bought as babies. Bought them as 1 and 1.5 month old babies. They were, 10, 11 inches long. I've had two. I have two. So I have a black and white and a red Argentine tegu and a black and white Argentine tegu. So the red tegu was likely bred with a black and white, so a red mother or a red father and a black and white mother or father, and it produced Sassy. So she has a lot more orangish brown in her than my pure black and white tegu. But Sassy, and if you have a red tegu or if you've been following along or you are into tegus, you'll know that typically red tegus have more difficulty shedding. And I've been trying to narrow it down over the past almost 4 years, because I've almost had Sassy 4 years now. 4 years, every day I'm with her, I see her, except when I'm maybe traveling, so there's a few times a month that I'm not right here checking on her, but as soon as I get home, I'm checking on her, and I check on my tegus 10 times a day, just like my boa snakes. I pop in here and make sure everything's going good with them, and then I look at them, and then I'm good, and I bounce out, and I do that all day long, and most of into the night of doing that, just because I love them and I like to watch out and make sure they're doing well. That's what every reptile person should be doing that loves their reptiles. So Sassy is difficulties with shedding. So the last time she shed, she's in here in this is a HDX plastic tub from Lowe's or Home Depot. And I use these for transportation, and I've been doing that for like 3 years, putting them in there, and if I got to take them somewhere and I don't want them walking around, they go in this tub. So this is a plastic tub, and so she's in here, and I was thinking, this specifically, last night I was like, what can I do differently than I'm not doing? Because I haven't gotten a good shed from her, or I haven't gotten a shed from her. I think it was February 2024 when she shed last. And so now we're in March or February of 2025. So it's been a year and she hasn't shed. She looks like she needs to shed up here on her head and her lower parts of her feet, maybe the back portion of her tail. And the rest looks fine, but I'm just concerned because I want to make sure she sheds. Because when she sheds, she is really, really soft, like a fine, soft leather. It's an amazing thing to see and feel. It's beautiful. She's gorgeous and she's so soft. Whereas Mac, my male black and white, when he sheds, he's not like that. I mean, he looks nice and looks kind of shiny, but he doesn't feel like Sassy does. Sassy, maybe being that red tegu, kind of like females or human females with red hair, have really soft red hair. So I don't know. I'm just putting those two and two together. And soft skin. Females, red hair, soft skin. But yeah, so Sassy has really, really soft skin. It's really kind of coarse and kind of crappy right now, obviously. So I was thinking, I was sleeping last night, what can I do differently, brainstorming like I do at night. And I was like, man, maybe I need to put her into the plastic tub, put the lid on it, and I have a humidifier, and I can't remember the name, but I've had this since they were babies, and I use this to add humidity, and you can get an entire 20-foot by 20-foot room with this little humidifier. I know, accidentally, you can have water dripping off the walls and the ceiling with this on full blast. It's an amazing little humidifier, but it's not very big, and it automatically shuts off when it runs out of water. It's really cool, and I'll get you the brand when I lift it up. But Sassy's here in the plastic tub, and so I thought about really putting the moisture to her, and so I have the humidifier in the plastic tub with the top on, and I'm running it about every 20 minutes or 15 minutes, and then turning it off for 30 minutes, and then maybe put it back on for 15 minutes, and turn it off for 30 minutes or an hour, and just get this so humid in here, like a human sauna. If you've ever been in a really professional, high quality sauna room, you know, that has the rocks, and the moisture that, that they pour on that, and it steams up, and it's just actually brutal in there to stay in there, and you just sweat like crazy, but you feel really good. Typically when you get out, I really can't be in those type of environments because I can't breathe very well. I feel like I'm suffocating. But also too, you want to make sure when you're doing this, you absolutely want to monitor your tegu. Absolutely, you could kill your tegu doing this. Because if you just it's so hot in there and so humid in there and your reptile can't get out, potentially you could kill your reptile. So fair warning, you need to set a timer, and you need to try it out and experiment and listen to see if your tegu is struggling in here, if it gets too humid. I have a heating pad under here too that's set to about 95 degrees to warm up the bottom, and she's just sleeping. It's wintertime here in Texas. I have my hat on because I keep it a little cooler in this room, and I just like wearing my hat because I keep my house generally cooler in the wintertime. But yeah, so we got the humidifier here. Let me take the top off. And you can see it's so humid in here that this top is dripping with water. If you can't see that, you'll just have to take my word for it. But let's bring you over here. So here's Sassy in here. She's sleeping. It's wintertime, so she's really slowed down. Even though the room could be 80 degrees, her internal clock knows that it's wintertime and that they need to slow down and start just kind of resting more, not necessarily conked out zombie mode, but just relaxing and not moving around as much and trying to stay a more consistent, 75, 74, 73 degrees, and just relax and take it easy. So here I have the humidifier. This is the water chamber. It's a Honeywell, and it was an amazing value. It was not very expensive, maybe $45. I got it about 4 years ago. The humidity comes out right here. Plug it in the wall. You have two settings, high and low. And so that just in here, running 10 minutes, every couple of hours or something, will make the inside drip with water. And so that's going to super modify crazy humidity in here to help maybe see if I can get her to shed. A video I made in January or February 2024, or maybe it was 2023 that I made the video. I put another type system, not the humidifier to this caliber, but I put wet newspaper or wet moss in there, and I put a heating pad underneath it and let them sleep overnight, and it made her shed immediately the next day. And I have that on video, and it was really an amazing experience. Because again, from about 3 to about 4 years old, she sheds maybe once a year. And maybe, I just think that, from a baby where she would shed maybe 3 or 4 times a year, but that's because she's growing a lot more. So maybe she's not, or she's apparently not growing as much. Maybe she's reached kind of her maximum size, and so she's, not shedding because she's not growing as much. But, time will tell. I've had her 4 years and I haven't had her 12 years. So I have more experience to learn as she grows and gets older and things change with her. But yeah, so here's the plastic HDX cargo container box with a lid. And so that humidifier is running right now. I'm going to put the top on. Set my timer in my kitchen for maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then come here and turn it off, and then she can sit an hour in this little container like a sauna, a human sauna. I have air holes cut in the sides with a drill with a special bit on it that drills perfect, round holes. One here, one here, one here, and on the other side, 1, 2, 3, and one over here and one over here, about the size of a dime. So you're not going to suffocate your tegu, but again, you need to pay special close attention and make sure your tegu's not upset in there or getting too hot or too much humidity, or because you do not want to kill your tegu. That's the last thing I'm sure any of us want to do, obviously. So yeah, I'm just doing an update video. This is what I'm doing. And see, it's the 20th of February. So I had Sassy in the plastic tub most of the evening and into the night on a timer, going off every, 30 minutes to an hour, and then running for 30 minutes, then turn off, turn back on, turn off. And she stayed in there till about 6 o'clock this morning, a.m. And I heard her scratching to get out. And so I jumped out of bed and ran in there and ran in here and pulled her out. And she wanted out. So that's what you need to do when they're happy to be in there and then they want to get out. You need to be there to take them out. So I pulled her out, took everything, put it in the bathtub, washed it out, put her back in her dry hide box, and looking for what was going to be the outcome. From past experience, when I've put them in very high humidity situations, that has provoked them to shed. And when I say them, I am meaning Sassy, because Mac does not have any problems typically shedding. It's just Sassy. And again, Sassy and Mac live together in the same space, in the same room. And so if one sheds fine and the other one doesn't, then there's clearly an issue. So I'm just going to show you. I peeked in on her this afternoon, or early or mid morning, to see if any good results. Let me balance this. Okay, that's a heavy lid, but here she is. She's sleeping back again, which is good because it's kind of cool. And I'm not seeing that the skin is just falling off, the shed skin like in previous times. So a little disappointing. I really wished I would have come in this morning and seen this massive shedding event that happens with her. I mean, she either does or she doesn't. And then she's looking at the camera going, gosh, why are you poking in on me? Just let me sleep. But yeah, a little bit disappointing. I wish I would have come in here and seen a lot better progress. I guess she just doesn't need to shed, even though I say that she does. I mean, what do I know? But yeah, there's the outcome. Maybe in the next couple of days, she'll shed and surprise me. Anyways, bye-bye.